It's a question you probably have heard very different answers to. Is the United States on the hook to protect Ukraine as it's under attack by Russia or anybody else? Many will say because of the Budapest memorandum that happened in the early 1990s under Bill Clinton, we're somehow now required, because Ukraine gave up its nukes, to protect Ukraine. Is that the case? I had Robert Greenway on. He's the director of the Allison Center for National Security and Heritage and also a former deputy assistant to the president. I asked him very simply, is that the case? But yet the left in this country, Robert, thinks that we, no matter the cost, in bloodshed or money, we have to defend Ukraine. Is that true?
It is absolutely not. It's interesting. President Clinton was the U.S. signatory to that memorandum and another agreement that ended up horribly for Ukraine, as it did in 2014 and 2022. And look, at the end of the day, that was not a mandatory requirement for the U.S. to engage forcibly to defend Ukraine. That was consultations and appropriate actions in the UN or under international bodies. And look, in 2014, you didn't hear a lot of Democrats saying that we need to go and fight and defend Ukraine.
Right.
At the time, all they were getting are food and blankets and individual equipment.
Right.
It wasn't until President Trump came in that he actually gave them the equipment necessary to stop a Russian invasion, the Javelin specifically, that they made good use of.
So at the end of the day, this whole idea that we somehow, Ukraine is somehow our little brother or our son or daughter, we have to look out for them as if we're their parents, that's just not true. What did that memorandum do? Was that just a leverage play to say, Ukraine, give them up? You guys can't keep the nukes, they're not yours.
Yeah, essentially that's it, right? It was a matter of turning over their inventory so that we could take steps towards countering the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. And there was a tacit but not explicit agreement that the United States, the UK, and oddly enough, Russia would ensure that they would not face a security threat. Obviously, that has not materialized. But again, this is an agreement made by President Clinton that didn't bind the United States to their defense.
And now you know. Make sure you share this. Make sure you like it. Make sure you comment. And make sure you follow. Come on.